You recognize the Lady of Dreams. She was indeed talking with Laverna, the leader of the ruffians. Is it true that I'll find love in winter? Did my father safely reach Lagustica? Will my mother's dizzying spells ever be lifted? The questions that ring all around the Lady of Dreams have very little to do with dreams. Fate shall answer you all, but are you ready to hear its words? She produces a coin from a fold in her robes. The polished disc is plain, save for a single arrow etched on one side. Bewitched by the mystique of the woman, the crowd falls into a reverent silence. Celeste conceals her mouth before whispering in your ear. Leaving it to luck. It's a clever way to avoid the ire of these brats. The Lady of Dreams flips the coin in the air. You've been around Silas long enough to recognize her flick of the wrist, subtle sign of a sleight of hand. That's not luck. She knows exactly what she's doing. Among gasps and groans, the coin falls on a little side table and points at the young loud noble who is inquiring about his father. The envy of his peers only makes his smirk appear more pleased. He takes a seat on the stool in front of the table, and the Lady of Dreams is quick to clutch his hand. Your father, Lord Qualia, yes. Several in the crowd nod. Their clamor has been replaced with trepidant silence. Did he visit you in your dreams? I've tried to do as you said and thought of him before going to sleep each night. I even moved his portrait in my chamber so that he may watch over me and tell me of his whereabouts. She clicks her mouth loudly, feigning disappointment. We sent word to Lagustica, but haven't heard anything back. The Lady of Dreams closes her eyes and begins swirling her hand in the air. Celeste leans over to whisper. I would have been the first in line some years ago. How time changes you. What does the Lady of Dusk think of fortune-telling? As long as it's innocuous. It's paid handsomely, that's all I know. The Lady of Dreams is stalling for time. The nobleman said his father had left for Lagustica. He would have been following a route that coursed right above the Siren's Cove, and if he was leaving Carolis instead of returning... When did your father depart? Sorry, you're so mad at me about this. I'm sorry, I'm sorry! God! You dare to speak up and break the silence. Several faces turn towards you. You do your best to ignore Celeste's elbow in your side. Miss, please wait for your turn like everybody else. The loudmouthed noble ignores you. Hey, fuck you! Fine. Fucking head asses. Fuck you, stupid pieces of shit. I'm gonna burn this whole house down and then you'll all see. The other nobles whisper among themselves. Your mask protects you as much as it intrigues them. Why did you want to know? It's a little test. Is the Lady of Dreams shrewd enough to remember the attacks? She seems to have dismissed your question already. Here. She produces a wax tablet with a short ornate stick and instructs him to etch rows of dots. Geomancy, she calls it. Huh? They use cards in Florentia. Good for them. And who's they, child? Not someone like you and me. You do not need anything more than a stick in the ground to divine the future. Here, let me show you how. Take a stick and plant it on the ground enough times to make 4 rows. How many dots? As many as you want. As many as you feel are right. Good. Now do it 3 more times. Me? I'm extracting the figures. Look, the dots are struck 2 by 2 until either 1 or 2 are left. This is Letitia. Do you see it? The arch? Now, sit tight for a while. Must make daughters out of the mothers and nieces, and from them the judge and sentence. Ah, Carcer. This is going into one ear and flowing out the other. I'm done here. Huh? Listen, I understand how tarot cards work, because that's not actually divining. That's just like self-insight. The fuck is this about? Okay. Craven Mariner's Rhyme. Sea shanty originally meant to berate cowardly sailors. Its lyrics have evolved throughout the years, and now the titular Craven Mariner is praised as cautious and clever, and the lone survivor of a shipwreck. Interesting. Pasquilla. Fantastical eagle with a halo, 4 feet, 3 pairs of wings. So informative. I know everything about this house now. Thank you. Look at how fucking filled our codex is, dude. Hell yeah. The Lady of Dreams extracts figures with old aniseta names from the nonsense and creates more in a process that you don't follow until she gasps. Look at the judge. Caput Draconis, your father, Sir Qualia, must be overwhelmed by the prosperity of new business. So much so that he's forgotten to write. You do your best to contain a disdainful snort. She sells hope of the dullest kind to the most extravagant people. The young, loudmouthed noble doesn't probe or question her. He can barely contain his excitement at the news. Rosalia, come! With fortune on the horizon, I must ask for your hand. Ah, Andreas. The two run off in a quaint display of youthful passion, I guess. As for the Lady of Dreams, she's looking right at you. Son of a fuck, why did I say anything? You're a danger to her, that much you both understand, and she will do her best to avoid engaging you. Under the mask, you allow yourself to smirk. Like bells, the countless charms on her person chime to command the attention of her audience. My heart swells with the sanctity of a new revelation. She shows her coin again, the one with the arrow. Who shall be the blessed one to receive it? Not me. Abso-fucking-lutely not. You're in no hurry. After all, you can wait until you're the last one left. The Lady of Dreams tosses her coin in the air, and mid-flight, your breath is knocked out of your lungs. The coin shimmers as if catching the light of the sun, and when it clatters onto her table... Ah, why her? What? I said not me. Hey, who did this? I said not me, you fucks. It's pointing at you. The Lady of Dreams is as surprised by the result as you are. The shimmer, the light, that overwhelming sensation. What the fuck was that about? Who did that? Who the fuck cast that shit? You quickly look around but don't see the telltale blue of the hall's uniform anywhere. The prodigal one? Prodigal one, is that you? Serena? Are you sure? Sure, totally. You compose yourself and take a seat on the stool in front of the Lady of Dreams, who's powerless to stop you. My dear, I've told the fortunes of many, but never of a masked Delgadi. I so look forward to this. I'm not mentioning that the mask stays on because that's a fucking given, you buffoon. Wait, what was his choice? I don't remember. I'm ever so glad. Will you be taking off your mask? You gasp as dramatically as you can. In public? I could never. Murmurs accompany your staged outrage, and you're glad for the mask since it conceals a smirk. Of course. Forgive me for asking. She cannot read your expression with your face concealed. Fate wanted us to talk, my dear, because something must be ailing you. You might as well play along for a while to let her drop her defenses. Be it love, health, or coin, do tell me, and I'll be happy to peer into your future. What if we just do a little terrorizing? You saw the two women talking. What do you speak to the Lady of Dreams? What you speak to the Lady of Dreams, you speak to Laverna. A terrible dream has been following me ever since I arrived in Caerlease. She eases into a smile. Dreams hardly follow the rules of geomancy. In it, I see a woman with a pale eye and a cup of wine close to her lips. She does her best to conceal her panic. Truly, she does. But you've nicked her mask. Petrified, she doesn't even ask you to continue. I yell to warn her, but it's too late. A snake slithers out of the cup to strangle her. From her eyes and mouth, crimson roses bloom. What could this possibly mean? This woman, who is she? Her visage is not known to me. In the haze, I only see a pale eye. Her left one, I believe. The Lady of Dreams stands up suddenly. My dear, today's fate speaks to me through you. This woman, I must warn her. But we're still... It is a matter of life or death. She collects her skirts and runs off. Grateful for your mask, you take a moment to savor the chaos you've fomented. With the Lady of Dreams gone, the crowd quickly disperses, muttering among themselves about their lost chance. What was that about, Miss Veneer? She can't see her smile, so you provide the most graceful of shrugs. A new song reaches you from the dance hall. Oh, that was so good. That was so fucking good. Oh, no. You find a quiet corner away from prying eyes and remove your mask. That's risky. I wish I could hide somewhere. Anywhere. I hate this. She pinches the skirt of her dress. It reminds me of who I used to be before the Lady of Dusk opened my eyes. Can't we go outside and get some fresh air? And be hounded by Aquila's valets? I'd rather avoid the banquet hall too. All the heads of houses are in there. Oh shit. What? Oh shit. Oh no, I'm so curious. Oh no, I'm so curious. Would my brother also be there? Galtiero? Certainly. Double the reason to not go there. You can't fool family as easily as acquaintances. That leaves the dance hall, I'm afraid. Or this wonderful hallway. If only I didn't suffer from poor circulation, I'd stay here all day long. Alas, I must sit down. I could bring you a stool. You could even get away with it. Dugati eccentricity. Scratching sound from inside the wall startles you. Did you hear that? Do the Aquillas have mice? I'll ignore that. Oh my god! Silas's hand parts the decorative drape on the wall and she reveals herself in all her disguised glory. It's your first time seeing her look so dainty and clearly uncomfortable. I didn't know the Aquillas could afford servant passages for their summer villa. Yeah, I've mapped out the entire place. Do you know there are baths with fresh water? There's supposed to be a natural spring nearby. Celeste looks wearily at Silas's scar. You must be Silas, our dear Serena Ipsissima's friend. Silas snorts at the name. Nice to meet you. Celeste, yeah? Celeste nods, still transfixed over Silas's proof of allegiance to the Laverna. A young couple chooses that moment to stumble into the hallway, and Silas jumps behind the drape to hide herself. Cover your face with haste. Oh dear, it seems we cannot get a minute for ourselves, dear Celeste. Your loud comment is rewarded by the couple's glares. They scuttle away in search of a corner of their own. You forgot the accent? Again. Silas, I don't even know the fucking accent. Okay, nobody told me about it. Did you find any good hiding spots in the servants' quarters? Plenty of them, yeah. Some rooms are still being worked on, others are barred, but still accessible through the walls. According to Marine, House Aquila added an entire wing to the villa overnight thanks to the halls. Wow, okay. Why? Do you already want to leave the party? Please. It's music to her ears. With a grin, she gestures for you to follow her, and you disappear behind the drape into a dark, cramped passage. You feel out of place in the kitchens. Servants stir pots and chop herbs, peel fruit and tenderize meat. Delicious aromas clash with each other. The sweetness of cakes against the savory stews. The freshness of fruit against the mellowness of wine. Mrs. Ladies, what are you doing here? At ease. They're hiding. Hiding? Could I help you with anything? I'm good at whisking. Several cooks arch eyebrows and make faces, but dare not object. Lest is given a stool, a bowl, and a whisk, and she happily gets to work. I didn't know you cooked. I learned how at the temple. Everyone needs to pull their own weight there. Something feels off about the kitchens. The walls still bear the original color of plaster, the tables have no nicks, and the floor has no stool scratches. You noticed it too, huh? This room wasn't here a fortnight ago. We're in the new wing. That's why it's also new. You settle in with her and ask for something to do as well. You're given cherries to divide into 2 piles, the ones to put on cakes and the others to be thrown away. What? Just like use them in something else. Like a pie or something. What is wrong with all of you? Thrown away? No, literally! We're to remove the pits and give them to the dogs. Can dogs eat cherries? What? You look down at the bowl with the discarded cherries, plump and dark, save for a few discolored spots, a tear in the skin, an irregular shape. We're not allowed to eat them. Food is taken out, but nothing is brought back in. Are all leftovers given to the dogs while there are people toiling out of sight to keep the banquet well supplied? Like a sick rose, the abyss of the people around you parts to reveal underneath their resignation, rage. It is how it is, they feel. No, it is what it could be. This is fucking... Both of these. How do I pick both of these at the same time? I'm gonna fucking fix this. Don't you worry, I'm gonna fucking fix this. What separates the nobles from the servants is a single wall. And if I burn it down, we will have everything. Those on this side cook delicacies they'll never taste, while those on the opposite let the extravagant food spoil and go to the dogs. Hidden passages to keep those in service concealed from sight lest they offend the nobles with their presence. Without their efforts, would there even be a dance? The mask! At Silas's urging, you don the mask once more. Grim-faced seneschal walks in from one of the passages. Mrs., what are you doing here? It's Dagati custom to thank the head of the house by preparing a meal. You draw attention to yourself with a sitting curtsy. Of course, I'm sure the matron lady will be ecstatic to know that her esteemed guest is going to such lengths. Distraught, he surveys the kitchens. I don't imagine you've seen Lady Qualia's perfumer. The servants don't say anything, but they all look to a corner where a modestly dressed woman is sitting on her lonesome. Didn't even notice her from how small she was making herself. Lord Vieri has requested you. Such a mundane request has a chilling effect on the room. Oh, we don't like that. No. Hey, no. Hey, no. Hey, whatever's going on there, no. How about I go instead and I fucking punch this Vieri in the fucking dick, huh? Everyone looks away from the woman, some with pity, others with guilt. Celeste's stool scratches on the floor. She's not looking away. You do look like his daughter. The woman hangs her head in shame. Lady Fidelio, please, I beg you to carefully choose your words to honor the most esteemed lineage of Lord Vieri. This sounds like an exceedingly polite warning. Why? Silas leans over to whisper something in your ear. Lord Vieri is a fucking creep. Oh my god, I fucking knew I didn't like that guy the second I heard this weird request. We're going to burn this house down. Lord Vieri's a creep. He has a thing for his daughters. How do you know this? Everybody knows. What? I am blinded by rage. Everybody knows, and yet nobody says anything. But he's up there with the Legrandes when it comes to title. This woman is summoned to his presence because she has the misfortune of looking like his own blood, and...
Dusk be my witness. Have I not been silent enough in my life?
Celeste stomps in front of the perfumer and shields her from view.
If Lord Vieri wishes to see this perfumer, do tell him that he must pry her from the cold dead hands of Lady Fidelio.
Yes, what she said. Yes. The seneschal stares at the trembling woman concealed behind Celeste's dress.
Do I need to repeat myself?
No, Lady Fidelio.
He bows to her, then to you, before turning on his heels. As soon as he leaves, the perfumer allows herself to sob. With a sigh, Celeste pulls a handkerchief from her breast and hands it to the weeping woman. I was gonna do that. That was my job. That was long overdue. Honor the most esteemed lineage? It's the same excuse that was used to shield you back in the day. You know that Stuffy Pants over there ran back to the matron lady to tell her what you said, right? So be it. Ablaze with righteousness, her spirit is as steely as it is short-sighted, you're afraid. Thank you, Lady Fidelio, was it? A last will suffice. Dark shadow beckons you from the corner of your eye. Is it time? For what? Time for what? Silas, keep an eye on Celeste for me. A friend of yours is a friend of mine. With the mask tightly clutched in your hand, you collect your skirts and follow the shadow. Inside the servant passages, darkness conspires with darkness. Shapes emerge from the bare bricks on the walls and the drapes that conceal exits. The shadow slithers under one such drape, dying in the light that filters underneath. A strange smell comes from beyond, that of fresh paint. What? Oh! You emerge into a room flooded with light. The frescoes on the walls are in various stages of completion, and a small table on the far end is heavy with painting supplies. A lone figure is waiting for you, cut like a shadow from the brightness. Ascanio.
You?
It's always been me.
You fucking... He removes his spectacles to hang them on his belt. Without the tinted lenses, his eyes are a mirror of yours. Well...
The prodigal one rejects, robs, undermines. No more. Envoy of the abyss, voice of its will. The prodigal one shall cower before your frenzied splendor.
Oh. Har?
Enough.
The throes of the abyss are replaced by Ascanio's voice, and you're pulled out of the darkest spires of your mind to find yourself in front of him. The prodigal one, the ancient envoy that predates Autry, the blasphemer behind the false sun is Ascanio? What the fuck? What? Why? Huh? He's been under your nose the whole ding-dang time. What? 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 How? What? What? Shadows around you don't answer you, bastards. Is that his doing? Fuck. Now that you think about it, you've never felt the abyss while in his presence. Thoughts are in disarray as questions, accusations, observations pile on each other, each more urgent than the last. Now you understand why you were granted shelter at the refrain, so he could keep watch on you. And what of your exchanges by moonlight? Were they not his attempts to... Well, no, he never tried to convince you of anything.
I'm suppressing the shadows around us, lest you are overcome by the frenzy of the darkest hour as we speak.
Why are you here? You must know what the Abyss wants from me. The darkest hour, the undoing of all your work.
Is a massacre truly the answer? Is it what the city needs?
I don't know. Okay, listen. A change has to happen, though. I refuse to let things carry on as they are.
Must it happen through frenzied violence?
Well, no.
The Abyss wants you to be a tyrant, but you don't have to be.
What's the alternative? Why do you refuse? No, oppose it.
Death engorges the Abyss with souls, and each one of them loses their essence and becomes part of the Abyss, much like a drop of silver would lose itself in the sea. The innocent soul of a stillborn has the same worth of that as a murderer.
He can barely contain a snarl.
A victim will never escape their violator. They will meet again in the Abyss and become one. Doesn't it sicken you?
I mean, it's a void, though. It's not like they're actually meeting again. Both of these answers fucking suck. Where's the... It's not that simple. It's fine. I refuse to say that, so I guess we're pausing.
There's no justice under the Abyss's tyranny. No heavens reward the virtuous. No eternal punishment awaits the wicked in the hells. Can you imagine what Carolise would have been without the goddess?
I mean, they don't fucking... It would have just been different. But... What kind of stupid ass hypotheticals are you fucking trying to throw at me here? Not much different for any other land ruled by envoys?
Mortals deserve to rule themselves. The Abyss slithers in hunger, so the Temple of Dawn establishes soup kitchens. It feeds on the pain of childbirth, so the Temple of the Prime begins cultivating herbs that save mothers. The Abyss festers in death, so dusk steals grisly demises and turns them into somber quietness.
It's mortals who act so charitably, so selfishly, all while singing of hope and justice. It's both! It's both! The answer is both! Ah, I wish there was more of like a fucking gray middle of the road option here. Yeah, I guess I hope people need to believe in something, but...
The heavens are a reward, just as the hells are. We are envoys. Our task has always been that of shepherding mortals, guiding them, making them flourish.
Okay, but not through fucking organized religion, my guy, come on.
But I couldn't do that in the name of the Abyss. The mortals were eager to pour faith out of their hearts, and chose the goddess.
A lie you created.
His snarl loses its edge, and his confidence shows itself for the farce it is. A deep, ancient sorrow emerges from the abyss within him like an unearthed root.
There was a time when I was blissfully complacent and ignorant of grief. I had a wife and a lovely daughter.
He told you about them, so I guess that wasn't a lie at least. That's good.
Tessa, your daughter, and Marla.
You remembered. You must have thought Tessa died a baby. But no. She was a few days shy of her 23rd summer when...
Even after all this time, his eyes glisten with tears.
She was a brilliant young woman. So much so that she impressed the masters of Oriani, who invited her to study the night sky under their guidance.
The lines of his face are hard, bracing. You know his story has no happy ending.
One day she returned home with a young man. Her beloved told us she was with child, but something was terribly wrong. She was stiff, bleeding heavily, barely able to walk.
Shadows around him stretched like maws to feed off his fury.
It was killing her. And back then there were no herbs that could flush out the child. No way to save her that wouldn't butcher her. My blood was barely enough to sustain her. There was nothing I could do. She passed away in my Marla's arms. And when she did, the shadows that had always accompanied me drowned her in the embrace of the abyss.
His fury burns hot and his words boil with it.
Imagine seeing the soul of your daughter become a drop in the sea. Imagine seeing wretches and violators flow in the shadows next to her.
Every word of his slams the shadows away, and yet they return to him hungrier still.
I wouldn't wish this pain upon anybody. Yet it has been mine for more years than I could count.
The Abyss loves his suffering, adores his pain, cherishes his rage. It's what's sustained Ascanio for the past centuries, raw and ever burning, ever severed from it as you are. Even severed from it as you are, you can feel it.
She deserved a place in the sky, among the stars she loved. But the Abyss robbed her of that, and took her away to merge with the rabble.
I mean, okay, wait a minute though. You can't know that without... What's your fucking goal here? Like, are you trying to get rid of the Abyss entirely? Also, if we do get rid of the Abyss, how do we know what happens to fucking people when they die after that, you know? Like, instead of a void, fucking, what, do they just become ghosts and haunt forever? Like, bitch, you did not think this through. I get it, I get where you're coming from, but also, like, come on, dude. He's left seething with droplets of blood falling from his hands where his fingernails dug too deep.
The Abyss is violence, hunger, pain, vengeance. But Caro Lise can be different. Is it a crime to nurture hope and wish for peace?
Yeah, this, exactly. Like, my guy, you're not actually changing anything with this. They're still gonna return to the Abyss, goddess or not.
I have tried to find ways to cut souls from the Abyss, but it's been all for naught. For my accursed blood belongs to it too. I cannot make the heavens real, but the ladies could walk among the mortals.
What?
What are you saying?
3 you are, just like them. Dawn, the Prime, and Dusk. What the Abyss wants from you, to be its wielder of the scales and the sword, I want as well, in the name of the goddess.
What? Wait, what? What, and you as Dusk?
Perish the thought. Alpheon, however, he can change guise as he pleases. He'd be fit for the role.
You can't be serious.
There's no need for carnage to bring forth a better future.
When you close your eyes, your heart throbs with the call of the darkest hour. Underneath their charitable veneer, the mortals crave the frenzied change only you can offer. The darkest hour, bloodbath of nobles in Laverna, the toppling of the false temples, a new dawn is the goddess or mortality. Okay, wait, a couple of those things are still on my list though. With the bloodbath, I still want that. Hold on, can we still do that though? It's gonna be a fucking A or B option, isn't it? God, piss. Your decision will determine your fate and that of the city. I never asked for fucking any of this. Fuck all of you. Ha! Ha! I win. Fuck you. I give my third option. Fuck you. Ascanio's eyes turn wide, almost lost.
I thought the same in the beginning. Then the allure of immortality won me over.
Yeah, well, I'm built different, okay?
I will keep the shadows suppressed around you, lest the Abyss assaults you again. Farewell.
His form loses its edges, then its shape. You blink and he's gone. Without your powers, there will be no darkest hour, and if you're to throw away what makes you an envoy, does it even matter? Sick. Concealed once again by your mask, you return to the main hall of the villa. So long as the shadows remain inert around you, you're unable to call Autry for help. The Queen of the Woods is locked in a deadly dance with her hunters. The hunting parties will soon return with their slain prey, commanding the attention of all guests. Such a spectacle is no match for the glory of the Abyss. You ignore the soul's plea. The darkest hour will never come to be, for you have no interest in pursuing power. Except for physical power, actually. Hey, we have to get to work on buffing up, because I don't want to give that up. I still want to be able to break a wrist if I have to. You approach a wall and discreetly search for the drape that conceals the servant's passage. Found it. Once you're sure nobody's looking, you slip inside. The corridor is cramped and your dress catches in the bricks of the raw wall. Light comes from a corner. When you round it, you return to the busy kitchens. Celeste and the perfumer are gone. You're back! The darkest hour might not come to be, but that doesn't mean you can stop fighting. Hell, yes. So long as the Laverna control the city from the shadows, you cannot rest. Where did Celeste go? She left to put the perfumer in a carriage. You failed her. You can't stop the Queen's dance. You can't do anything to break off her engagement. I came here to get the matron lady off her case. You did, didn't you? She's not in the stuffy... I mean, you did, didn't you? She's not in the stuffy ballroom being forced to dance. But when she returns there, she beckons you closer to whisper, I found a hidden exit in the back that leads to the forest if you want to bolt out of here. Let's check it as well. Your heels and dress were not meant for the woods, but what other choice do you have? Thanks, Silas. Don't tell me you're staying. I have to. You thank the servants for letting you find refuge in their corners. Aw, wait. Since I chose the third option, though, do I really not get to do the murder? Because there's a dude in here who definitely needs to be murdered. Somewhere in this building, somebody gotta get murdered. May dusk avert her eyes from you and your loved ones. The passage is cramped and dark. The air is stale and musty, but when Silas opens a small door at the end, the freshness of the forest tickles your nostrils. Oh my god. There you are. Celeste wades through the roots and grass with her skirts raised. Our carriage left with the perfumer? I couldn't let her stay the night. You failed the Abyss, failed Autry and Alphion, failed Celeste. This feels bad. Without the mask to conceal your face, you can't hide your tears. I need to leave. I couldn't help you, Celeste, but if you come with me... On foot? If you circle the villa, you don't have to walk long to find the path back. You can't fight and refuse to stay, and so you run. Pain makes your heart ache when you think of the journey's destination, the refrain. Shit, would Ascanio even let you stay there? I'll see you tomorrow. Caught between her duty at the dance and the allure of an escape, Celeste nods and takes your side. I'm coming with you. You gather your skirts and begin walking. A carpet of dead leaves covers the ground. Overhead, the birds sing to each other in a choppy chorus of chirps and trills. Canopy sways in a song of its own, verdant and rustling. You're quiet, Sarah. I'm simply tired. Just half a mile more of dirt, rocks, and root on heels, and the rest will be a leveled path. The farther away you walk from the villa, the deeper the shadows grow until they animate under your very eyes, eager to serve you again. While comforting, their presence is a painful reminder of your choice to refuse them. The matron lady will be furious once she realizes I've left, and I'm afraid she will retaliate. Perhaps I should hide my sister in the refrain. Fuck. I'm having such deep fucking regret, dude. Oh no, I should have just accepted the power. No, this is stupid. I'm fucking everything up. Stupid. I'm really fucking sorry. Don't be. Ours was a silly gambit. Honestly, I'm surprised you managed to attend in the first place. Walk back is grueling on foot, with heels and heavy skirts that slow you down. You don't talk much, focused as you are on your destination. Once the gates of the city are in sight, the shadows turn pitch black. Your vision dims, a voice roars in your mind. Such a spectacle is no match for the glory of the abyss. The sole power to be rips itself away from you much like a scab would, but it cannot exist outside of you, outside of the abyss. It wanes, dispersed like ashes in the wind, and your vision returns to you through a pounding ache in your eyes. A fainting spell? It's already passed. The guards stop you at the gates, but a less imperious tone lets you pass. Will you even be welcome at the guest house? Your things are inside, your clothes, your books, the small treasures that you've collected. Brother Mati is waiting for you on the stairs. It takes him only one look to understand that nothing went as planned, and you're grateful for his understanding silence. You're too drained to do anything else but rest once you change out of that hellish dress. Fuck. Morning comes, and with it, determination. The Lavernas still roam unchallenged, and you'll need Scanio's help to deal with them. Oh, this shouldn't be awkward at all. Scanio announces his presence with 2 knocks on your door. I will aid your wish to become mortal. You will? It takes great fortitude to reject immortality and its vile promises. A smile tugs at the corner of his mouth. 2 souls stay in your shadow still. One wants you to determine the fate of the Laverna, and the other wants me to set the mages of the halls free. Actually, I want to do those 2. I want to do both of those. Don't help me. Don't help me with this. I can take you there once the Laverna are dealt with. Wait, you're coming with me? Given the power you lost by rejecting the abyss, it's probably for the best. Fret not, I will stay within the shadows and only aid you if necessary. You have robbed the Laverna of their secrecy, their most lethal weapon, but do be careful still. I've seen their leader and know how to reach her. What do you intend to do with them? What can you do, knowing you'll become mortal, vulnerable shortly after? I want to kill the one that leads them, her lieutenants too. That should neuter them enough. Death is not something I administer lightly, but cannot deny its effectiveness. We'll use the shadows to infiltrate their cove. Close your eyes and surrender to the darkness that light creates. Your body ceases to exist, welcomed by the eager shadows. Among them, you are pure thought, free and unbridled. Consensus Ganio within the darkness, close yet distant, all the same. Together you slither across the cobblestones, climb walls, and spill onto leaves and branches. Shadows pool in crevices, and you jump from one to another as quickly as your mind allows. You head to the courtyard with the suspiciously plain door. Sounds come from the other doors. The clacking of spoons on pans, yawns, prayers, but only dead silence awaits beyond the Laverna's accursed entrance. You slide into the small gap underneath to be welcomed by pure darkness. The spiraling staircase carved into the soft rock is familiar to you, and so are the tunnels and their iron bars. Despite the early hour, the Laverna keep their space patrolled. The guards are hopelessly bored. One is sharpening her dagger, another is carving a statuette out of a large bone. You ignore them and jump from shadow to shadow. You're not familiar enough with the layout of the maze to find the way on your first try, but it doesn't take long either. Scanio's thoughts mingle with yours for a brief moment. He's impressed at the sophistication of the hideout. If you weren't within the shadows, the maze, jail bars, and guards would have been excellent deterrents. The closer you are to the cove, the greater the clamor becomes. Oh, that's not good. Something's not right. Their hideout is in disarray. Corpses are strewn about in piles, and the stench of death permeates the air. What the fuck? Someone beat me to it? As steel clashes against steel, and from the safety of the shadows, you move from skirmish to skirmish. They're fighting among each other. The seed of doubt has been sown. Oop. Pile of bodies walls off Laverna's private chambers. Among them, you recognize the blood-stained charms of the Lady of Dreams. You slither between the lifeless limbs to emerge on the other side, where you're welcomed by a dagger slicing the air to spear the hand you're resting on. Even Ascanio is surprised. How? Okay, wait. If she's not the fucking fourth envoy, who the fuck is this lady? Crazed, armed, and laughing. Oh my fucking god. Laverna smashes the handle of another dagger on her stone throne.
I knew you would come.
Oh good. The darkness coalesces into your shape. Now that you have a nose, the smell of death is even more intense, and it mingles with the sweet notes of wine. When you raise your eyes to meet hers, Laverna's crazed laugh echoes through the cave.
You slither in the dirt like a snake. Just like she said you would.
That, you know, in a different world we would have said this, and it would have been real cool and snarky and just real cool, but I don't have a lot of faith in. Well, we still have stuff? Yes? No? I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, here to strangle you, huh?
Here to strangle you.
I'd like to see you try.
I'd like to see we try too. Her slurred speech is filled with malice. Oh shit. Ascanio takes shape next to you.
She massacred her own people.
Yeah, dude.
Another one. A mage. Have I not always ignored the halls? What now? What do you want now?
There's no remorse in her frenzied heart.
Remorse gets you killed, mageling.
It's the only warning she gives you before lunging towards you with her knife drawn. Oh, fuck yes, I do still have this. Yes. Fight. 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 Her movements are too slow, too sloppy. You jump out of the way and evade the wide slashing arc of her weapon. You grab her wrist to disarm her. What should be a fearsome opponent is a pitiful drunkard haunted by paranoia. Faster than the eye can see, you reach her side and... Oh, shit, yeah! Plunge the dagger into her chest. Her legs give out. Gasping for breath, she forces herself to sit upright, but can't help swaying and falling back. A desecrated statue welcomes her in a cold marble embrace.
I hope death will bring you peace.
That's generous of you. Fresh smell of blood fills the room. Her life flows freely out of the wound, sapping warmth from her.
And I wish the elves were real. So you could rot in them.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure, buddy. Have fun with that. All she gets is a death as cold as steel. Her soul gurgles out of her lips, terrified of you for one last moment before dissipating into the abyss. Ascanio emerges from the shadows and kneels by Laverna's corpse. After uttering a short prayer, he closes her eyes. Now that she's gone, what of the survivors? I should be safe from their wrath. None has seen me kill her. They'll slaughter each other, warring for power. Laverna's fate is sealed. And I didn't even barely have to do anything. Easy. Abyssal power courses through your veins, invigorating, addictive. You who set your sights on mortality, please the abyss with your deeds. You brought death onto the perfected one, bathed in its truth, yet blind to its glory. All returns to the abyss. You know what? We're gonna lose it all soon. We might as well max this out and have fun with it for a hot minute. Right? Stench of death is beginning to seep out her fresh corpse to the halls. To the windows, to the halls. The waterfall that serves as the door for the halls spills its glittering bounty onto the square, where gentle waves, shining like glass, hide the nothing underneath them. The halls are Ascanio's home, yet he feels out of place in them, austere, where they are decadently lavish.
Once we walk in,
He regards you from the corner of his eye.
once the last soul escapes you, you will fall into the deepest darkness.
Oh,
There you will exchange your magic for mortality.
okay. What if I... what if I don't? No. I'm not gonna do that, probably. Will there be another one?
Of course,
Father,
the Abyss is still enamored with the Darkest Hour, and the carnage it will unleash.
what's the point then? Wait a fucking minute.
We should go.
He's the first to slice through the waterfall with his arm. Water splashes all over, yet it does not wet his clothes. 1 second after, he's gone. The first step is purification. You squeeze your eyes shut and walk through the waterfall, an illusion that does not wet your face or flood your ears with water. Perfect blue sky welcomes you atop a golden wheat field. You've been to the farmlands, you've seen what a real field is like, and it's nothing like the sterile beauty of the fields of ignorance. That was the name.
What would freedom taste like to the pet birds, jailed in a gilded cage?
Last whisper awaits your answer with trepidation, and you assert your will out loud.
So long as the halls stand, no mage will be free from their burden.
As soon as the last word leaves your lips, a blood-curdling scream deafens you. Oh, wait. Okay, so wait. Okay, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. I made a mistake then. No. Hold everything. Wait, I made a mistake. Son of a bitch. As soon as the last word leaves your lips, a blood-curdling scream deafens you. Confronted with the inevitability of your choice, that wasn't my choice! I didn't realize! That wasn't my choice! It's fine. I'll fix this. I feel like we're getting to the end, so we might as well just get through it, and then I'm gonna fix this, so. Last soul rips from you, and with it, your last defenses against the abyss crumble. Sacred nothingness surrounds you. With your senses absent, you're left to drift in the void. You're alone, yet you know you're floating among countless souls. Time loses its meaning. Your thoughts stretch for minutes or hours. You don't know. Perhaps you're outside of time.
Harbinger of the darkest hour, you refuse its call to become the very thing you are meant to shepherd.
I do. I want to become mortal.
Thus you have spoken.
Lulled by the warmth around you, you change. The heart that was frozen in time right after its last beat pumps blood once again. Out of breath, you gasp for air and finally feel how wonderful it is to fill your lungs. You hear the drumming of your heart in your ears and your tongue against your palate. Tears fill your eyes and they make your nose feel warm. You're alive. Cradled by the abyss like a newborn, you open your eyes to find yourself on the ground, surrounded by the golden weed of the halls. Barely have time to soak in your surroundings before the wind is knocked out of your lungs.
Curses!
What? With a cry, you writhe on the ground, struggling to push yourself back up. Ascanio grabs your shoulder, and in a blink, you're transported outside of the halls. The force that was overcoming you is gone as quickly as it came. Oh, what? The defense is suddenly activated.
I should have known the wards would activate once you've succeeded.
Mm-hmm. You're not gonna ask me if I'm alright? Rude.
I'm alive. That's all I wished for.
You should tell Atri and Alpheon.
Even if I refuse to say anything, Alpheon will know that you are the prodigal one.
Will he act on the information?
Probably not.
Farewell. The refrain will always be open to you.
Oh, okay. He bows and steps back into the waterfall. You retreat within your thoughts. Autry. Oh, from the dark shadows underneath the waters, Alpheon and Autry emerge to come to your side. Takes them only a look to understand what happened.
That's why we didn't hear anything about the Darkest Tower.
Autry pulls you into an embrace, and her skin is cold like yours used to be.
It takes a strong spirit, much stronger than mine will ever be, to reject the abyss for mortality.
Yeah, I'm built different.
I had no idea this was your intention.
I didn't really know either until it was happening. Built different, built stupid. Didn't think the choices through all the way. Whoops. Oh well. Thought that sounds like his voice gently slides among yours. Forgive me for prying. It's much easier now that you're mortal. I'll keep Ascanio's secret safe from Autry's fists. You smile. Just like I thought you would.
Autry, I thought you would be mad at me. The Darkest Hour.
The Darkest Hour will still come. But it won't be brought by you.
Yeah. I don't know if that's... But, well, it's fine. It's fine. I'll fix this. It's fine. Don't worry. I'll fix this. She smiles.
Look at the bright side. If you regret your choice, you won't have to live with the consequences until the end of times like we do.
You're right, because I'm gonna do all of this very shortly.
Alfie!
What? I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
Thank you for everything.
This is not a farewell. You are still under my protection.
And I guess the doors of the Rose are always open, if you want to stop by and catch up.
You would have banned me? Wait a minute.
Of course, you're going back to your minstrel act.
You part from them with a laugh. Without the shadows to guide you, you're free to seize the day as you wish, and what a beautiful one it is. Wow. Thus begins your new life as a mortal. Eh? Oh. Brother Mattia never sees the city flourish under the goddess's light. Upon his return to the Temple of Dawn, a rogue faction of the... No! I thought we fucking took care... No. If I wasn't already fucking undoing all of my stupid decision, this would have been all I needed, honestly, to fucking... What the fuck? We took care of it. I'm so fucking mad. I'm so fucking mad. Upon his return to the Temple of Dawn, a rogue faction of the warring Laverna recognizes him and honors their old leader's orders like a bunch of stupid bitch asses. Selah survives the Laverna's infighting. Left without a place to belong, she initially struggles. Unsure of what to do with her life, she juggles various ideas until inspiration strikes her. Hello? Now an apprentice in a carpenter's shop, she can use her finesse to her heart's content, carving wood instead of flesh. And Meatball is there too, probably. Yahoo! Forced to return to House Fidelio. Oh my fucking god! Forced to return to House Fidelio, Aleste stages her own death to hide in the refrain where you still visit her. Marine sends you one last letter filled with bitterness over your abandonment of the halls and your blasphemy against the abyss. Okay, this is hurting me. That's the last you hear of her. Oh, okay. Alec's unique position as someone who's both Carolesian and Vidian makes him a good negotiator among the merchants, and his shop becomes a wonderful blend of items that carry a bit of both lands in them. That's good. Hey! Anelia becomes a trusted friend, and she always offers to embroider your blouses, even when you insist it's not necessary. Betrayed by your choice, Nessa, ceases all contact, but you know that from the shadows she's redoubling her efforts to summon another envoy. Okay, but you're still taking care of Miche, right? Oh, she never introduces the Abyss to Miche, who much prefers Lapo's tutelage to her herbs. That's good. Okay. This is good. This is okay. This is good. Oh! Uh-oh. Unable to visit Ice Cream, you tell Ascanio of the siren. He already knew, of course, and forms a friendship with the sea creature. Oh, that's good! Yay! Oh, I miss Ice Cream. As for the rest... well, piss. Shit. Fuck. One day, just as you're about to leave for the Temple of Dawn to offer your services there, someone knocks on your door.
Just a moment.
Oh! What? I thought you hated me now. Wait. Wait a minute. I thought you hated me. When you open it, Marine of all people is standing in the hallway of the refrain, impeccable as always in her blue silken dress.
I thought you didn't want to see any more of me.
With a smile, she tilts her head, and then you finally... Oh... You finally notice her eyes. They've turned violet. Just like yours. Oh. Oh. Thanks for that last stab. Ow. It's fine, it's fine. We're not gonna worry. Oh, yahoo! Oh boy. Yippee! Wait. Anyways. Yippee! Anyways. Go back.